Here we go. Right, I think we're live. Mic check, 1, 2. Get the chat up here. Alright, if you can hear me, please let me know. I'm working on getting a better background going, but wait till we get some people in here. I believe this should roll over. Maybe not. I finally got stuff figured out. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. 48. There we go. But anyway, I don't understand how this right here, it says we gapped down on the TopStepX platform, that we closed at 865.75 and then opened up at 784. But if you look at TradingView says we gapped up quite a bit. So I don't understand that whatsoever. But so if you have any questions or anything, please let me know. But the trade that I took already, it was on the 2-minute. We have this fair value gap here and here, and we inverted both of them with this candle. So what I was waiting on was a retracement back up into here, into the fair value gap that we made a civvy, while we disrespected this. This is just reading order flow. So as this come back into it real quick, that's a staple. We get in on this wick, and I'm just targeting at 20 points. And as you can see, it goes 873. It's 40-point move. Boom. Gold. No drawdown. I just used one contract, and I was out. We did it times 5, and we needed that because our balance is very low. And that's what I was, last time I messed up my accounts was that right after I took a payout. So we've got 900 on that one and 800 on this one, so they're pretty close. But anytime we have a big new week opening gap, that gap's up like that, I'm looking for it to get filled in New York if it's around 100 points, which on TradingView it shows 654, 784. Yeah, it shows a 130 point gap up, but on TopStepX's platform it doesn't show that. It shows it gapping down, which makes no sense to me at all here. So I'm not sure about that, but looks like we're generating liquidity down here. We could just go on and on and on, but I took a good trade, had no drawdown. I was out in about 3 minutes. Boom, this candle right here just whoosh, I was out. And good thing I did, because we're getting right back to my entry here at 71 or 72. Yeah, 72. We went 72 to 58. Yeah, right there. It'd have been nice to stay if I stayed in that a little longer, but that's what I'm working on. And you never know what the market's going to do. So anytime I take my piece of the pie, I'm taking it, and that's all I'm looking for right now. It's just a small piece. 227.60 is fine with me, because we've got it to the fifth power. So 227 times 5, that's $1,120, something like that. 1110. Hi, babe. Can you hear me on here pretty good? I might be behind some, but basically what I was, no, we do not want to take any more trades. I was looking at the hourly. You see, that makes no sense. Come up, tagged into a, let's see what the hourly looks like on TradingView. Yeah, if you look, that don't mean, why is the charts backwards? But anyway, on TradingView, if you look, the hourly runs right into probably the consequent encroachment of this SIBI right here. It runs a little higher than it's showing on here. This is showing it gapped down. On TradingView, it's showing it gapped up. So don't know what the hell's going on there, but what I see is on TradingView, is ass backwards. But anyway, on TradingView, it's showing that we gapped up to the midpoint of the SIBI, and then we started to fail. So that's what I was looking at. That's why I went short. So I got down on a lower time frame. I'm on the hour as my higher. I went to the 15-minute, and see, this is backwards. It's showing it gapped up. But then I went to the 5-minute and saw we was going back and forth. So I waited for this one to close, and then I got on the lower time frames, which is the 2-minute, and I saw that we inverted here, here. So showing bearish order flow. I was like, all right, my stop is right here at 887. Had a 15-point stop, 772. Just a 1-to-1 basically, especially on the week opening gap. So that's what we did, and just this little move from here to here is what I was getting. I wish I would have held it down here, and it looks like we are off to the races. See, I don't understand why TradingView is backwards than TopStepX's platform, but oh well. But we could go up to around 910 and then go back down, or we could just keep going all the way up to around 980, where we have a 15-minute possible bearish order block situation, if we're going to respect it. That would be the bearish PD arrays, would be the hourly SIBI here. I'm on a 15, but there's an hourly SIBI as well, and a 15-minute. And if you're going short, the last line of defense would be, because if this fails and goes all the way back to this, I'm not interested in that. That's too many Bears PD race felon before we get there. But I'm not sure why the charts are backwards on here. But I'll go over my trade one more time. Looks like we don't got anybody in here, which is cool. I was on the hourly. We gapped up. Consequent encroachment in here. If you look on TradingView, the chart's different. Instead of gapping down, we gapped up. I was like, okay, cool. Got on the 5 minute. Saw that we were back and forth. And then jumped on the 1 minute chart. And saw that we were disrespecting. So I always go to the 2 minute as well. It looked a lot cleaner to me on the 2 minute. We disrespected this bullish fair value gap here and this one here. So I was like, alright, we got bearish order flow coming in. We've created a SIBI. We disrespected this BISI. And as we started coming down, I got in on this 2 minute. And boom, ran. Now if I was doing the 7:30 deal like I normally do, let's see what we would do here. 7:30, mark it out. Draw a horizontal line there. We would be selling above, buying below. And right there, look at that, 1 minute. Fills it in perfectly before it takes off. That would have been a great buy right there. No drawdown. 840, and then it runs to almost 900. That's 60 points in 7 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 minutes. That's what I've noticed at 7:30 when you draw it out. If it dives down into a PD array, but you gotta. It's back and forth, back and forth. 7:28. Let's see, was that 7:30 open? Yeah, 7:30 opened here, went down, filled in this gap, boom. We disrespected the SIBI. No, that filled it in. Here, did we come back down into it in any at all? Just a little bit, we dug in. So, basically I'm just scalping on these lower time frames. I mean, I do have higher time frame narrative, but I'm just looking at how are we reacting to bullish PD rays. Basically, how are we reacting to bullish fair value gaps? Are we respecting them or are we inverting them? And if we are inverting them, like on the 2 minute, like I saw, I didn't plan on trading here, but I saw we inverted this one here, inverted this one here, and I was like, well, there's no other PD rays close, so let me take a chance in this SIBI since we've disrespected 2 bullish ones. And that's how simple. I mean, boom, and I'm out, and I'm done for the day. So that's what we did, and now I'm gonna go enjoy the family, I guess, since nobody's in here asking questions or talking or anything. But I want to try to do this more often. I just was getting things set up, and I was looking at the markets, and it was a good time to trade, so I went ahead and took it. I don't do this for people to copy. I do it to show that if I can do it, you can too. So until I talk to you next time, good luck, and